TVMAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What's up? Merry Christmas, y'all! Hey, what's happening? It's time for the War Room, where I've hit multiple buttons and I don't know what happened. But hey, I'm here as the Appalachian American. One of these days we'll be professional about this and we'll be on time. We're 5 minutes late. Dang. Golly. Hey, I've got some friends with me tonight. I have, I'm pretty sure it is. Channel Dad was here, but now it's just me and Dave right now. What's up, Dave? How you doing, bud?
G'day, friends and fans. Well, you know, it is almost Christmas time, and hey, Lape's hiding in the background somewhere.
I know, he popped in for a second and then went away, so... Oh, he's there now.
Yeah.
He's there now.
Maybe just unmute himself.
He's got to unmute and unmic and whatever.
I clicked enable all and it didn't do anything.
Yeah, I know. It's Rumble Studio. Only, 50 more before we're back on StreamYard, because I'm going to go back on StreamYard next Black Friday. Rumble Premium's not really been beneficial, so whatever.
That's weird.
Yeah.
It shows my camera. I click enable and nothing happens.
Technical issues.
There
There
we
you
go.
go.
Hey, Wes.
So.
And he's got blackout because he's got a bright light behind him.
Yeah. So I did
weird.
share this out a little while ago and just put out there that the Game Awards was today or trending. So I mean, it might be today. It might have been.
You mean the self-congratulation awards?
Yeah, that's probably what it ended up
That's
being.
what this thing's not.
So we got quite a few things to talk about tonight, but I did want to mention that because I figured I would post trending topics and see if it would
So I can have the ring light on, but it's black and white.
I don't know what your problem is, man. You just gotta log on, but you got all this like kind of wild computer, and then you know
it's got all these toys, but they don't work.
It doesn't work.
Worked in Linux.
Huh?
No, I tried signing into Rumble and then coming back to see if it would remember who I am, but no, it doesn't.
It doesn't?
No, I have to put something every single time.
Why don't you just save it?
It doesn't. It does not literally want to remember any details. Right? As soon as you go to the Rumble page to sign in to the green room, or back room as they call it, sign into the studio. It keeps wanting you to put in your name every time.
That's weird.
No.
Even if you're signed into Rumble.
Well,
So
you see, I have a Windows computer, so it just saves.
So do I.
I know, but Lape's all against Windows. He hates Windows.
Oh, no, Windows is horrible.
Hey, Lape, you have a window to your right. I just want, or your left. There's a window. I see it to your left. Yeah, there's a window.
Yes, there's a window that way. There's a
See, you
window
hate
that
it.
way.
I don't know why you hate the windows. I don't know. What did they do to you?
Because Bill Gates looks in at me at night.
Well, what kind of phone do you have?
Well, at least you're keeping
iPhone.
Bill Gates
Yeah,
awake.
Steve Jobs was looking at you too.
Yeah.
And I got a Mac over here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm running Windows 11. There's this other thing runs Windows 10. I got to get another graphics card, but now they're
Apple
screwing us all
uses-
with all this AI nonsense and all that
Yeah.
government money laundering, and so stuff's so expensive.
Yeah, there was a conversation I saw on Facebook about the flock cameras. Have you guys seen those?
No.
Where they track your look into them, man. They're very interesting.
FLOCK?
Flock, like a flock of birds.
Uh-huh.
They track license plates and they store license plate. They run like the information and they log when and where they find you.
Oh.
And
yeah,
we got track of to keep a track of routines.
Yeah, we got these on the highways in Australia. They're supposedly only there to keep an eye on the trucks.
Right, but what I really think it is because they're at Home Depots and Lowe's. I think they're looking for illegals.
No, they're not looking for illegals. They wouldn't use anything like that for people who are breaking the law, only for law abiding.
No.
Did you find it?
No.
Yeah, I don't see. Apparently there's some in Elizabethton.
Mm.
Well,
So
it looks like they're
apparently,
around the intersections. Oh, they're around the dangerous intersections. There's 3 of them.
Nice.
Yeah, pattern recognition cameras.
Yeah.
They're there allegedly to track truck activity to
You said
recognize
Lowe's? Yep.
dangerous drivers.
There's 4 in the Lowe's parking lot. But what's interesting is two of them overlap in a very strange way.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks more like they're keeping an eye on the post office that's in front of the Lowe's.
Nice.
What, Ted Zelinsky's back to delivering mail?
Well, yeah. I've noticed that they're starting to pop up. People are talking about them more and more and more, and I don't know.
Well, once I get out of Elizabeth and there isn't any.
It seems to be in the populated areas.
Yeah, there's not. So this website has a map. So once I get east of Elizabethton until I get to the state line on 19E,
there's a guy who does
none.
a channel.
Nice.
A guy who does a channel called China Watch, and he's talking about them. They're saying that they've got 700 million of them in China, yet they can't find one missing person.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot.
You make the wrong social media post, they'll find you.
Yeah.
They don't have any trouble finding you, mean.
Oh.
And now you're talking about China or Britain?
Huh.
What in the world?
Let's see.
Wife's sending me something.
So I've heard some stuff. Apparently, Space Command is moving to Alabama.
Space
I haven't
Command.
heard about that.
Yeah, U.S. Space Command is going to Huntsville, Alabama.
Why? What's wrong with Cheyenne Mountain?
Excuse me, burp. According to Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, this move will accelerate our space efforts, creating tens of thousands of jobs, drive billions of investments, and bolster American ability to defend and dominate the next frontier.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, RFK came out and discussed about there's no more mercury in vaccines. And apparently they've changed up the vaccine schedule for children.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I'm not sure which lawsuit it was, but there was one in UK, one in Europe, and one in the United States, all about over vaccination. And they proved beyond a reasonable doubt that vaccinations beyond a certain amount create the negative effect, right? You go from diminishing returns to reducing returns, right?
Mhm.
And the big pharma doesn't want to hear it.
Okay.
All they want is
Okay.
non-stop growth. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely is. Well, it really is that they're looking out for themselves. They're just, I don't know.
Yeah, we lost World War II. Okay, Pfizer is doing everything that the Germans did and worse, and yet they get away with it.
Well, Operation Paperclip, we brought them all here.
Yeah,
They did horrible things.
names were changed to protect the guilty.
Yep.
Like George Soros.
Keep forgetting that thing's called Narrows now. I was looking at that map, and one of the hill, I guess it's a hill. When I come up from the lake, one of the ways I go, if you go straight, you run into a brick wall, a rock face.
Mm.
I always wondered, what's that called? It's called Big Hill. So original.
At least it's not called Full Stop.
Oops, you did.
That'd be accurate. Oops, you're dead.
Yeah, there's a narrow one-lane bridge, and you come across it, and the road tees, and you can go to the right. And I guess some people live up that way. I don't know. And I tend to go left, but you can't go. Can't go straight.
Sounds like the Democrat Party.
Yeah.
Speaking of, have you seen the meltdown over the fact that even Timo Obama won't stand with Ilhan Omar?
Really?
Nope, nobody wants to stand beside her, not even Jasmine Crockett.
Well, she's been found out, so they have to try to distance themselves. Otherwise, they're guilty by association. I mean, they are.
By their own rules, they're guilty by association.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They want to distance themselves.
The whole point was not to get caught. Yeah, $8 billion and counting.
No, the crime isn't that she
Or
stole
trillion,
$8 billion.
or billion. Yeah.
Hey, it's not the crime. Her crime isn't stealing the $8 billion, Leap. It's not sharing it.
Well, she shared it. That's why there's no prosecution.
But not with Timo Obama.
Yeah.
So what tipped this off? Because I've heard a little bit about it.
And apparently someone discovered this. It was in the news years ago. And nothing.
Some blogger found out
about her brother.
Well, not just her brother. No, this whole nonsense with the scam with the illegals and all the stuff with the.
It started with a business
egg?
burning down in Little Somalia. They were the last Latino business
I'll be right back.
in the district.
Steven Crowder's been talking about it for years.
Yeah, that's where it started, with businesses burning down and the creation of Little Somalia. Right, the last Latino business was burnt down and Steven Crowder started doing investigations into voter fraud. Found that Somalis were going around, buying, as little as $5, and they started wondering where the money was, and other people started picking up threads. And eventually, they found Feed the Children, and they were claiming meals, and people watching them actually trying to figure out who the people were doing the voter fraud, going out, getting people to sign vote ballots, and then these ballots would already be filled in, the generic XXX, stamped on them. So they were doing that and watching, but what a blogger noted that there were no food trucks. And they published it in the St. Paul Chronicle or something. And Biden was in office, so it went into the back burner, the memory hole, and almost was forgotten until a whistleblower brought forward to what's her name, Pam Bondi, and they opened an investigation. And lo and behold, turned out to be true that there was a charity in St. Paul, Minnesota that was collecting money and weren't even buying food, let alone delivering any food packages. They were buying votes. But the majority was going to Somalis, who then packaged all this money, and they're packaging initially just putting $500 into envelopes and sending them express mail to Somalia. But it got to the point where they were hiring aircraft to load up pallets to go there. And the money would turn out to be going to Al-Shabaab. And CIA knew and didn't say anything. What a shock, right?
Yeah. I don't know, man. These people. I don't know.
But they're saying that Tim Waltz knew. Tim Waltz had even sent lawyers over to help them set up the NGO and everything. Tim Waltz is horse balls deep in this one.
Yeah. Where's my button?
Yeah. So I said horse. It's Tampon Tim. He sent his advisors over there to help him set up this whole thing.
Wow. 9 hours ago, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker signed medical aid in dying bill into law legalizing assisted suicide.
You mean state-sanctioned murder?
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, of course it is. This is what they do, right? We didn't win World War II. Operation Paperclip. We just took the ones we liked and set them up in America, and now every policy of the German bacteria known as socialism, National Socialism, is spreading through America. Right? The same people who claim to be persecuted, right?
Yeah.
Are in fact the criminals. They set up a false trial at the end of World War II to cover up Operation Paperclip, to put a few people on trial, right? Hoping that you would just buy the argument that it was just a handful of people and that there was no, and all these people, what they didn't expect is for German generals to stand up and justify their actions. But every time they tried to defend themselves, they'd commit suicide. Despite being watched, they somehow snuck a suicide pill. Sucks, despite. But every argument, right, that they have, right, the Soviets have done worse. The Chinese have done worse. There have been multiple genocides where the nations of the world just stood by and watched, okay? World War II was a farce. It was the Germans' crime was not the work camps. It was being successful, right? You were not allowed to be successful. The British establishment just could not have it.
Anime Knight's in the chat. He says, "Sup, guys."
Yes, I saw him. I
didn't
said hi
see that.
earlier. Oh,
Where's
sorry, Lapes is still
where's
sorting
that
his mess.
button?
Yeah.
Oh wait, there it is, live chat. There, I need to put it right there. I always forget to do that.
I saw a great post the other day.
What did you
And
see?
it's absolutely true. Think about it this way. Planet Earth is a resort for 500 billionaires and we're just the staff. That's how they see it. You think about it, right? Governments are nothing but middle management. The people, what gets me is England spent hundreds of years and multiple revolutions against the crown only to give the same power to some bozo named Keir Starmer, and they won't rebel against him, It's like freaking idiots.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is, I guess.
But there's a quiet rebellion in France that's growing amongst French women.
Oh yeah.
They call themselves left right
Mm.
or something. Tres right, means we're right. Basically. And yeah, they are protesting against everything: immigration, high taxes,
Yeah.
cost of living. Of course, throughout America, Japan, Korea, China, MGTOW is a growing movement. People are sick of the feminist establishment. It's just crazy. And as I said, and I wonder what Late would say is that Revelations is not the world changing. It is the world being revealed to us as it really is. Basically, the rose-colored glasses are being taken off. This naive, childish view of the world that there are.
Who is Nick Fuentes?
Nick Fuentes is a YouTuber who gained a lot of popularity by saying, "Forget about the mustache man. F the events of the 1940s. Let's deal with the situation now." Look at he talks about the white Holocaust.
Steven Crowder called out Pierce Morgan for making fun of Nick Fuentes for being a virgin. Crowder said, "You're Catholic. What do you think is going to be fruitful in attacking a celibate Catholic for not getting laid?" Morgan said, "I didn't attack him." Crowder said, "You said he needed to get laid. It's heresy." Morgan said, I think he does." Crowder said, "So you're advocating heresy?"
Yeah. Pierce Morgan's a joke.
Who's Pierce Morgan?
He used to be a British Good Morning Britain host until he got fired for upsetting a feminist, and now and again, and he got invited on the Fox and is still invited on Fox now and again. He says all the right things, all the little liberal. He's a little L liberal, okay? He's a Fox News
Gotcha.
talking point. Right? He's there to create the illusion that there's a right wing.
Apparently, all across France, French farmers have been telling EU to eat crap while spraying government buildings with literal poop. The EU is actively working against interest in European people, including the farmers. And this is quite interesting to see. So I will share it for you because I think it's pretty funny. I mean, that's pretty good. Poop.
Parlez-vous manure?
That's a lot of poop.
Eat S and die, right?
That is a great. That's a great way to, put that out there.
You don't want to listen to my words? Okay. Now you listen. Oh yeah, he's absolutely right though. French farmers, I've seen it ridiculous, but though it did actually start in America. Remember the farmer who was arrested in Washington for spraying poop in the streets.
That's pretty
against
good.
Obama. I think we actually covered that protest. One man who drove his tractor through Washington and was spraying poop got arrested.
So apparently, Nicki Minaj, Trump, JD Vance, and 50 Cent dropped obviously an AI music video. That's really funny.
Apparently 50 Cent has got a expose coming out on Diddy soon.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a Netflix exclusive though.
Well, I'll watch it. So Candace Owens is apparently digging her hole still deeper and deeper, or what?
digging a hole, I think.
I mean, dude, I don't know. I don't know what to like. I have questioned so much. That,
I
like, what's
have
real?
questions about what's real because there's definitely some gaps both in Bridget's history, Macron's history, and they're just so desperate to bury this story. The fact is, this story would have gone away if they just left it alone. You know that, right?
Well, I'm also talking about the Charlie Kirk between Candace and Erica Kirk.
That one, she's digging herself into a hole. A lot of people have abandoned her over that.
What's like? I mean, is she speculating that Erica Kirk killed her husband?
No, that she doesn't care that her husband was killed because she forgave her killer, but wouldn't forgive someone else.
What do you mean?
Well, Candace Owen is saying that Erica has this spute or spat or something and she wouldn't forgive someone. I think she was talking about herself, right? I don't know if it's true, but she says Erica will forgive Charlie's killer, but in other areas of her life, she has no forgiveness, right? In her heart. That she's basically, she doesn't care about Charlie because she's willing to forgive her Charlie's killer.
Doesn't a lot of people forgive the person that does them wrong?
Eventually, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I do think that's a little too quick, but
I think forgiveness always has to be earned.
Yeah.
So, like Revelations. Got a quick question for you.
All right.
I think we're in Revelations because we're starting to see the world for what it is, not what we're taught it is. Right? That Revelations is basically seeing the world, seeing the evils in this world and seeing the powers to be as they truly are and not what they tell us they are.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's definitely a revealing time, right? It's definitely discovery and awakening and the like.
Yeah. I mean, we're discovering right now. Have you seen what's happened in Iran?
No, I don't think so.
1/3 of all mosques have closed. The state is bankrupt. They're begging Russia and China for money. The oil tanker that Trump seized apparently was linked to sanction busting, selling Iran selling Venezuelan oil and diverting the profits to Hezbollah.
Wow. Okay.
So right now Christianity is the fastest rising religion in Iran and China. I definitely feel that people are starting to lose their fear, at least some of it. Some people are starting to lose their fear of the liberal establishment, which for far too long has pretty much had their thumb on the scale for Judaism, Islam, communism.
Yeah.
Constantly painting Christians as, I mean, look at England. If you
they shipped them all to Europe, is what happened. Yeah. That's where all the Islamists are now, burning churches.
Yeah, you quote some passages of the Bible and you're instantly branded hate speech, yet the same passages can be found in the Quran.
Yeah. And you've got people, the lady in Germany that complained that the migrant that raped her got off, and get sentenced, and she got 3 years, and they got the
hate speech.
The teacher in Ireland who's going to sentenced to life in prison for not using some students' pronouns.
Wow!
Repeatedly, not using. Yeah.
So we're going to have to rescue Europe from the Islamic hordes here soon.
Not just start with Dearborn. What do you mean rescue Europe? Because save Canada.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Canada, you've now got 4 states with separatist movements wanting to join the United States.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Trump was right? Was Trump right? Like, possibly Canada will become American? I mean, Carney's
what would happen? What would happen if we took Canada?
Not much.
Well, I'd say the worst case scenario is we get a repeat of the American-Mexican War. And then once we win, we buy it from them, which is more or less what happened after we went to war. Now, granted, many of the American settlers that were going into Tejas and I forget the name of the other territory, they were doing it on their own free will. It wasn't like the American government was forcing them. But the Mexican government got annoyed by it, went to war with us, and within a few weeks we were in Mexico City saying, do you give? Do you give? And then we paid them for all the territory we took.
How much territory did we take?
Like
it's called the Rio Grande Treaty.
Yeah.
Everything north of the Rio Grande.
Guadalupe. Treaty of Guadalupe. So everything north of the Rio Grande. So what is now Texas, parts of western Oklahoma, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, California.
Okay.
No, most of California. Parts of California.
The Southern California.
Yeah.
Right.
Can we give California back? Like, can we do a take back?
There's actually technically there is
wall off Los Angeles and say everything south is yours.
Yeah.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. There are Mexicans who are flooding into, it's called the Aslan movement, into Arizona to return to Mexico.
Why would you want to return to Mexico?
Well, because they think the Mexican government will give them better health care.
Oh, yeah, right.
Remember how
I'm sure they think that, but yes. Right.
But, youth and their stupid naivete.
Yeah.
Anything to show they're powerful, right? Anything to, because they're bored, okay? They're just so bored. They've rotted their brain on politics and everything else. So, yeah, they're bored out of their brains.
Yep.
They can't stand for 5 minutes and read a book, for let alone. Mm-hmm.
I'm listening, David. I'm just looking at my phone.
Sorry,
I'm playing a game. I'm trying to finish some stuff tonight before I go to bed.
I'm scrolling X to try to see topics and whatnot going on and like things that are kind of breaking. And apparently, an independent journalist, Ian Carroll, is going viral after questioning why Erica Kirk has Charlie Kirk's cell phone.
Because she's running TPUSA, so I'm not sure why she wouldn't.
USA, why she? The question would be, why wouldn't she have?
Well, I mean, I guess so. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand what that would be such a problem.
Oh yeah, same. That's what I'm agreeing. I'm just saying, why's this guy got a problem with a woman having her husband's phone when her husband was killed and she's taking over his work?
Yeah.
Well, continuing. She's not taking over. She was always part of it, but she's continuing his work. They didn't kill Charlie because of hate speech. They killed him because he was right. He was effective.
He was looking at Israel too closely, and then the owners are coming out of there.
Yeah. No, he was looking at how Israel buys up college, how Israel buys inventions out of colleges and then claims they invented it and takes all the money, while the real inventors get locked behind lawyers and stipends for life. That
David, dude.
Yeah. What?
This might be AI. I don't know, but this is why. Like, this guy got lucky, like Red Dead lucky right here. Well, not really. He didn't really get lucky, but hey, he found him a moose.
That's Red Dead lucky.
Not that. That's not that lucky.
No, that's the first time you found the moose. That's you. The first time you found the moose.
That is me.
It's the first time you found the moose.
That would be terrible.
Well, that's you. You went out there looking for a moose and it found you.
Yeah, there's in the new Mansions DLC for GTA 5 Online that one of the paintings is inspired by Red Dead Redemption.
Dude, I saw that they're doing another DLC thing.
Mm-hmm.
And probably another 1 year delay on GTA 5, which 6, which puts another year delay on to Red Dead 3. Although there is hope because they did hire the voice actor back for The Stranger.
Yeah.
So they're doing something. You wouldn't be hiring voice actors if you're not doing anything.
There was a video put out recently about talking about it, and apparently someone was on a what was it? Somebody was on LinkedIn and linked that they had a that they had worked on Red Dead 3.
Yeah, there's three stages there's three stages. There's the story stage, which allegedly is finished. Now is the designing the quest phase and line readings. They're trying to work out what is and is going to be in Red Dead 3. So when they start because they are taking the game engine from GTA 6 and using its graphics and quest engine to basically create the game, right? So all they need is the voice dialogue and the graphics to import once they're finished GTA 6.
Yeah. Sorry, my wife came over and grabbed a tape measure, and I figured, oh, here comes some money. Anytime women says I've been thinking, it usually is expensive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tape measure. That's sheet was tape measure. That's usually curtains.
No, it's it's like an organizer.
Mm.
She said that's what I want for Christmas. I was like, okay. I've been telling her, I was like, what do you want for Christmas? I don't know.
You know,
Christmas is what, 12, 10.
Come on, do the math.
I can't math right now. What's the actual
You
date?
got to take a
days
shoe
away.
off.
12 and a
It's
bit.
13 days
You
of
got
Christmas.
10 here, and you got to take one shoe off.
Was it 13 days of Christmas?
Yep.
Nice.
Till.
So, CNN political commentators under fire because he revealed that Trump still has 87% support.
That's hilarious.
After 6 months.
Absolutely wonderful. Cody Rhodes is trending because he showed up at the Games Award because apparently he's in the cast of the Street Fighter movie. That's kind of cool. There's Cody Rhodes. I know wrestling's not good right now, but I still love it. Like I keep up with it on X all the time. We were watching it pretty regularly, and then my son started being more aggressive, and we were like, "Nah, we got to cut it off." Dag nabbit. So, oh well.
This sounds weird. Lula recalls a conversation he had with Trump in which he claimed Trump said, "I have more bombs." And? Well, you shouldn't have threatened him, right?
What kind of bombs?
Yeah. Yeah. Trump, see, this is the problem. They always give you the response, but they don't give you the response to what Trump was responding to, right? It's like Ukraine, right? Zelensky comes over, tells them that if you give us these weapons, we can win this. 6 months later, he comes back over and says, "I need more weapons." Why?
I need more weapons.
Yeah, I need more weapons and I need more money and we can win this. And he says, "But isn't that what you said last time?" Well, we're almost there. And it's like, wait a minute, you've lost more towns. You haven't retaken one single town in 6 months. Come on. You're losing. You're not going to win this. Sign peace deal. What's he do? Gets on a plane to England. Give us more money and more weapons.
Oh my gosh,
like
Cody
world's
Rhodes looks
most
ridiculous in the
successful
Street Fighter movie.
Zelensky's got to be the world's most successful panhandler.
Well, of course. Is he still begging for money? What is his
Absolutely.
official title now?
He's still officially president of Ukraine, because he's backed by the military.
Oh,
The
well.
Ukrainian parliament does not have the power to remove him. Europe has said that he is president of Ukraine until this crisis is over because the Ukraine constitution. Wait a minute. It's like, I thought you thought constitutions were outdated and living documents that could be changed. This, again, the liberal establishment, it's just, they do not have morals, they have positions.
Yeah.
Well, therefore, whatever keeps them in power.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
He says he can't hold an election, he can't give up land. Russia's not asking you. Russia asked you if you would give up land. You said no, and they said, okay, we'll do things your way.
We'll just take it.
Exactly. So why are people surprised? Now, Russia's claim is that Ukraine violated the Minsk Accords, would not give the people of the Donbass the election, and had they given the election, they would actually have been pretty well off. But now do you know 80% that Poland and all these other countries are now looking at have lost 80% of their GDP to Ukraine, and they see, and there's no way Ukraine can repay any of that money. Not in 50 years, not in 100 years. Okay? Because you know how expensive mines are. Right? The minerals are only potentially worth trillions. You got to build mines, you got to process them, you actually got to find a market for the goods. And with the world saturated with unsold products as it is, there's no way Ukrainian mineral dealers are going to save Ukraine.
I'm so over Ukraine, dude. I don't care anymore. I didn't even realize they're still like getting talked about.
Well, the problem is the liberal establishment thinks they can talk themselves into a victory the same way they talked America into losing the Vietnam War. They think they could do the same thing to Russia.
But who's still, I mean, other than you, David, who else is still talking about Ukraine?
I don't think there are that many. I don't think there are that many. I think it's mostly Europeans now.
Okay. I was just curious if there was I mean, that's a very...
There are channels doing 100K viewers, and I'm getting peddly dinks, but yeah, there are big channels still that talk about Ukraine and get over 100K views.
Wow.
But they're based in Europe, and they're
no
always
one in America cares anymore.
I don't think so, no. I don't think there are that many Americans who care. And those who do probably voted for Mandami or Chuck Schumer.
I would go to venture if you walked into an American city and asked what was any kind of if you know of any kind of recent updates in the last month on Ukraine, there wouldn't be a single person that could give you an answer.
No, I don't think so. I was actually going through the American news, and I did not see one story on CNN, which was unusual. So
yeah.
At least, normally they have at least one story a day. BBC has less than one story a day now on Ukraine. I think Al Jazeera and the Daily Mail are the only ones who put out daily news about Ukraine now.
Yeah.
I'm saying outside of the Kiev Independent, which everybody knows is British intelligence. I mean, Ukraine intelligence. But I know people. The problem is if you get too weary, that's when they start doing things behind your back because nobody's paying attention.
Right. Well, I think it's part and part that they do that on purpose.
Yeah, that's why they made politics so vitriol. So to basically boil everything down to a childish name calling contest. So nothing of value gets done or achieved.
People check out.
Yeah. But unfortunately, you get someone like Trump who's good at it, who basically outlasts them. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
and then you try to come back with people like Carney who are, try to play straight lace, but bet you behind the scenes he got more than one or two things in his closet.
Oh yeah.
I reckon that guy's got a full dungeon somewhere full of yeah. But I've seen look at the Game Awards, people are checking out of that. The Streamer Awards, nobody even cared about the Streamer Awards outside the handful of invited streamers.
No.
YouTube cancelled more channels this month than new channels were created. But that's not to be, YouTube saturated, right?
Yeah. Hey,
And-
I've got a topic we can discuss briefly if you guys would like to.
Sure.
This might interest or pique Lape's interest here. Maybe not. I don't know. But have you guys heard of a YouTuber named Whistling Diesel?
No.
He lives in Tennessee. That's why I say.
I'm not. I don't believe I'm aware of that one. No.
Okay. Whistling Diesel was arrested 2 weeks ago on a charge of tax evasion.
Oh.
Wow.
And he was very shocked. He thought it was a prank. Like, it was one of those kind of things where he's like, wait, seriously? Like, what did I do? All right. About a year and a half ago, a car that he had bought and was doing videos with caught on fire accidentally.
Oh.
It burned to the ground. It was a Ferrari. He had just got it.
Whoa.
The car burned to the ground, and he was kind of shocked. Well, I don't know if you guys are aware, but a lot of rich people register their vehicles in Montana. Companies, all kinds of stuff.
Is the biggest.
They register their cars, and they take out like an LLC or something in Montana, and then they register their car to that LLC, and then they live wherever. Yeah. And then that way it's a way to get out of having like a law, a way to paying like taxes on your cars or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a evasion of state taxes, but it's legal, sort of.
Well, apparently they're going after Whistling Diesel for having his car. Ferrari was so mad that he burned down their car on accident that they tipped off the state government, and the state government is going after him for having a car that's not registered in Tennessee. It's interesting, but I mean it's a legit thing. They had a trial or a hearing on Monday, and they issued a gag order on it.
Yeah. Probably because he started mentioning accountants and how it's common, and how he was choosing between Florida, Texas. I mean, a lot of blue states do it, like Delaware, but a lot of red states do it too, where they allow LLC registrations, and they never audit, if the car's been used for a business purpose or not, or the houses are. If you're a big streamer, I bet you most of these big streamers have their houses also in their LLC name, claiming it's a studio apartment,
Yeah. All right. So what I did was, if you look in the private chat, I dropped the first link is the initial video. The second link is the follow-up that was 6 days ago.
Yeah. He's just doing what an accountant told him to do. Unfortunately, you're still legally liable for following the advice of an accountant.
But here's the tricky part.
Yeah.
So he goes on, and he starts talking to his accountant who was handling the stuff. They contacted the accountant. The government contacted the accountant, and the accountant said, "Well, then we should bring this to Mr. Detweiler's attention, and that way we can get it paid for and get everything situated, sorted out legally, the proper way."
Yeah.
The government told him, no, don't tell him about it.
No, that you can't do that. They hid it from him.
Yeah,
That's entrapment.
dude, right? Like that's crazy, dude.
That's entrapment.
That is absolutely crazy.
If you're preventing someone from tipping off that they're potentially breaking the law just so you can arrest them, that's entrapment.
He made a joke because he's the kid that put together Killdozer 2.0.
Ah,
And so
that's
he's
why.
like
Now
he said screw them, I'm gonna drive the Killdozer to court. And he put it out there. He's like, I'm gonna be at this courthouse on this day at this time. And if anybody shows up, you are to be respectful and be good, be nice. But I don't know if anything happened, but whew, he built a Killdozer, and I think that's hilarious.
Yeah. I was wondering why they wanted to get this guy. There's always a reason.
Yeah.
There's always a reason they want to get him. They ruin people's lives. Although they can ruin people's lives for jollies, but normally they reserve their ire for someone who, in their eyes anyway, is a threat to the establishment. Like,
I'm looking at the video. I'm trying to zoom in to see if I can see what county that is.
He's down there near Nashville area. I think is there a Murphy? I don't remember.
The sheriff. Because Tennessee doesn't have a state income tax. So I'm trying to figure out what tax evasion of what.
Yeah, it's a state thing. It's not an IRS. It's not a federal.
Unless we're talking about property tax.
Is there a tax? Well, it wouldn't involve a Ferrari unless the Ferrari was part of a.
Well, when you'll pay a sales tax on it when you first register.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ferrari is saying it was bought in Tennessee, not Montana.
Yeah. Well, no, it was bought out of state and it was taken to Tennessee, but it was registered in Montana.
Yeah, it's wherever you register it that tax will get paid.
That's his Killdozer.
That's a dozer.
He's got a tank also.
What's a fire truck in the background?
This dude's got some crazy stuff.
You know what's scary? There are cars that dozer probably cost more than a World War II tank.
I don't know, man.
That
was wild.
I saw a video on it. How little the US were only paying GM $70,000.
So this dude, I'm sorry to cut you off. This dude says that he does durability tests on vehicles to make sure, see how they hold up. Somebody said test the Killdozer against the library, town hall, hardware store, and newspaper office and concrete plant. Okay, when he bought that bulldozer, he actually went out of the way to drive it through that town in Colorado.
Oh yeah. But they did.
He had it on a semi truck, and they drove it through town on the back of a semi truck just so that he could be like, "Hey, look what I'm doing."
Yeah.
It was funny. Jeez, dude. Yeah, but I mean, I really think it's crazy that they're trying to hide people, whatever.
Yeah, it is sales tax. I finally got to that part.
Yeah, I was going to say the only thing I could find was state sales tax. Tennessee may not have a sales tax, but there is a consumption tax. We'll see. No.
Dude, remember last week we were talking about the German dudes that were singing that song?
Mm-hmm.
All right, my feed has been inundated with just that clip. Like, it's like going in super mode. And now I'm starting to see it's like then and now pictures. And apparently they're really embracing it.
The Woodies.
What I don't know is if this was some goofy variety show where they were just pretending to do something like that.
Oh, it was probably, they were probably hired to do it initially, but
because I mean they're not playing anything.
No.
I think they were just a pair of actors who got stuck with a probably, social ridicule. It probably started as social ridicule, but some people actually do like polka, apparently.
Well, yeah, especially in Germany.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, probably the liberal establishment, the media put them on to as a ridicule, make fun of the backward peasants, the little people they don't like.
Of course.
But
Franklin, Tennessee.
Yeah.
Did you find that?
Franklin, Tennessee's on the I saw watched the video. It was for the sales tax, so they're going to say because he didn't register it in Tennessee. So,
is there a state?
Why are they doing like? It seems like they're going way above and beyond, just because like he had a car that was registered outside of the state.
We don't see John Kerry get arrested for parking.
What's really funny? What's really funny is Whistling Diesel got on YouTube or whatever and started reading off a list of state officials that had their cars registered in Montana.
Whoa!
Somebody has got a burr up their butt, and they're trying to make an example, but they're probably it's probably gonna backfire.
Like I said, he pissed off the establishment. They tried to burn him.
What's crazy is that they've this isn't the first time. This isn't the first court case that he's been involved in the last year, because maybe a year and a half ago, he was involved in a splashing accident where he was they were out running around on jet skis. And he splashed his friend, and they were splashing each other. Well, they ended up getting charged with misdemeanors, reckless endangerment or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And when they went to court, they got in an altercation with a gentleman at the dock, and come to find out, the gentleman at the dock was an off-duty police officer. He got in an altercation with that guy. The guy ended up calling his friends to come down and I don't know, put a stop to what the shenanigans they were doing. They were making a video. They were testing a fan, like it was a sponsorship thing, and they took the fan and mounted it to a boat and they were gonna run a generator and power this fan and see if they could make a boat, like one of them fan boats or whatever. See if it would push him. Well, the dude got all mad that they were gonna put a boat with a generator on it and a fan powered out in the lake, and so he threw a fit, and Cody kind of brushed him off like whatever, and they kind of got into a pissing contest.
One of these, how dare you ruin my One of these, how
exactly.
Dare you scolds,
exactly.
Thinks a little badge on his shoulder makes him the king of the
So after the altercation, it wasn't like 20 minutes later. Here comes the police.
Of course, the king. Yeah.
So he gets in trouble for that, and he catches a charge for splashing.
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
Now it's just escalated to just getting arrested.
Yeah,
for tax evasion.
Yeah, the establishment's out to get him.
Yeah, someone wants to make an example of him. Although I will say with the boating and stuff like that, on a lot of lakes, they do not tolerate tomfoolery. If too many people get killed, that there's too
Yeah,
many
but
laws now that, yeah, you could find yourself in jail just horse playing with you and your buddies because of something that happened 8 years ago when some 9-year-old got run over by a jet ski.
yeah, I don't know. It really wasn't. It really wasn't that bad. It was just the fact that I honestly believe that they got ticketed for because the altercation with the police officer,
Mm-hmm.
and they were looking for anything.
Yeah, and they probably didn't identify himself. So you just think it's some jerk at the dock just mouthing off, and he doesn't realize that it's more than just a jerk at the dock.
Well, I mean, at that point, it was just a jerk at the dock because he was off duty.
Yeah.
He wasn't.
Okay, yeah, it's okay. Franklin is closer to Nashville than I thought. I thought that was more between Chattanooga and Nashville, but it's just barely south of Nashville.
Nice.
Yeah, there's like a big crater or something in that what Nashville sits in, a whole big basin. So yeah, that's Middle Tennessee.
But yeah, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Hey, Late, did you get any snow this morning?
Mm-hmm.
Did you? How much?
We still have. Well, we got about a half inch yesterday and about a half inch overnight. So
Supposed to be the coldest winter since 2022, but it's not turning out so much like the coldest
we're
winter.
getting single digits Sunday and Monday.
That's what we're getting. We were supposed to get like 2 inches, 2 or 3 inches this morning. So like I had everything situated at work to where I was good. Didn't have any paperwork to turn in or nothing. That way, if I got snowed in, it'd be good.
We've been having mostly wet days, but some of our days have been cooking. But today ain't cooking, but it ain't wet either. Pretty mild, so
enjoy it when they last.
Yeah.
They were.
But we're having a wet December, and it's normally a wet January. So the rains have started early this year.
I want to say last Sunday evening, we were supposed to get like 2 inches, and we just got rain. And then there was something else. Was it Tuesday or Wednesday? They were calling for stuff. We didn't get anything. And but you know, that's how it is around. It'll say, "Oh, we're going to get 2 inches," and we get nothing. And they'll say, "Oh, we're getting a light dusting," and there'll be 6 inches of snow.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
But so is that hot or cold? I mean, is it warmer or colder?
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh, single digits is like 15 degrees below normal.
Yeah, that's what I thought. All these people talking about last year they were talking about how the sky is falling, the planet's on fire, and this year they're talking about ice age.
Oh, I keep seeing a thing on Facebook where it says, "Oh, the planet's warming up faster than it has in the last 400,000 years," or some nonsense.
Bullshit. It's fair porn.
Yeah. Okay. No, I stand. Well, right now.
Yeah. That's what I'm asking. It's below average.
Right now, it's 31 degrees Fahrenheit. So what is that? -1
it's
Celsius.
Below zero. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay. -1, we'll say. And that is 6 degrees below average.
In other words, fair porn.
So it's slightly cooler. But last week on Friday, it was 50 degrees. So that would be what, about 20 degrees.
The reason why
Celsius.
I asked is it's been
it's colder here than it is there.
Average here too. Yeah.
It's 29 here.
Yeah.
Yeah, temperatures have been below average
-2
here too.
for Dave.
Yeah, it's our forecast is to get is to slowly warm up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sunshine, and then the high looks like it's going to be essentially 2 o'clock, and then it's moved now. No, Sunday. So then Saturday is going to be mild. So Saturday will be a little above normal, not much. Average, I should say. But Sunday and Monday, you're looking at lows of 7 degrees Fahrenheit. So I don't know what's that, minus 20, minus 15
That's crazy.
Celsius. I don't know if I can do that in my head. I know minus 40 are the same, but because you got to subtract 32 and then add multiply by 5/9.
Yes. Yeah, I understand Fahrenheit was actually originally the pressure of mercury or something. And the degrees were like
minus
quarter of an inch or
14
something.
degrees.
Dang.
I
I'm
wasn't
trying
far
to
off.
remember from chemistry that the original thermometer and barometer were the same device. They used the
I forget
temperature and
exactly.
temperature.
Yeah.
They used mercury, the expansion of mercury.
Yeah, and that's why it's 32 and 212.
Yeah. Because it was 32 quarters of an inch of mercury.
Ernie Ernie just texted me. He said he's watching, but he's not able to comment. So,
all right.
What's up, Ernie?
Hey, Ernie. Yeah, I remember because temperature and pressure used to be measured by the same mercury device in inverted flask.
Yeah, so 0 degrees on the Fahrenheit scale is the freezing temperature of water, ice, and ammonium chloride.
Yeah.
It's a salt. Essentially, I think they were trying to approximate seawater.
Yeah.
The idea being that water is frozen at 0 degrees.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Historically, there's other ones too. Anyway,
soon after the invention of the thermometer, they discovered boiling points of different materials, and that's how they were able to process iron so quickly. That's why they were so easily able to go from bronze to iron, because they could now process. It was actually not boiling iron; it was called coking, where they used burning charcoal to separate iron from its impurities.
Yep.
Because they weren't boiling the iron, they were boiling off all the impurities, because iron would be the last man standing.
Right.
But basically, because most iron is rust, right? Most Australia's covered
oxidization.
Yes. Most of the iron in Australia is actually dust, iron dust. You know, it falls from space, right? 9 tons of it every year or something.
No way, really?
Is it all land in Australia?
No, but
so all that dirt in the outback is really rust?
A lot of it is iron dust, yeah.
You
Red
don't
dust.
want to kick that up and breathe it.
No, but a lot of it is caked beneath the ground into huge
layers.
Well,
it's either that or it's chemtrails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's believed
the other one is.
It's believed that long ago a planet broke up near neighbor, and its dust has been falling on the Earth for the last 10,000 years.
Nice.
But there's also water, carbon, and a few other things that fall. But recent discoveries on NASA and calculations, and there's actually Trump is considering sending a probe to see if there's actually a celestial body just past Jupiter. May not be very big, but it's enough to affect the gravity calculations for
Just past
space flights.
Jupiter. I mean, something between Jupiter and Saturn?
Not well. It's probably a comet because it's going on a big elliptical orbit, and
Wow.
right now it's close. But if they wait too long, it'll be out past Pluto.
Oh, okay.
It keeps missing us because gravity, gravity pushes objects around in space, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why some of our Mars missions have failed is because there's that little unknown variable which they can't seem to calculate. And NASA thinks the only way they'll be able to calculate it is to actually observe the object in real time.
Well, that would help. You would at least
But they
know its
can't seem
displacement.
to find it. But they can't seem to find it on a telescope.
Yeah.
Well, you know how big space is. You imagine how hard it is to find an object that doesn't reflect light. But they
Yeah.
can't seem to find it on radar. But yet they have evidence of it that now and again it puts a shadow over Mars in a regular.
Ugh.
But that shadow should be enough to create a regular pattern, say, where it is at certain times.
Shadow on Mars.
Well, it has to be non-metallic,
Yeah.
which means it's probably a big chunk of carbon.
Yeah, but if it's putting a shadow on Mars, it's between Mars and the sun.
No, only sometimes, which means it's a invisible comet. Every few years. It's on a big
okay. So it's
elliptical.
got a fairly quick orbit.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
Yes.
Well, you said out past Pluto. That
No,
would take
I said
a couple decades
currently
to
it's
get
got
back.
a shadow on Mars, and then it'll go up and around and disappear behind Pluto. And by the time they get a space probe out there, it should be coming back.
So are we back
That's
to
what they're
saying
timing.
Pluto's a planet?
I don't know. They're saying mini planet or something, but they're saying there's something.
Yeah, considering it was not an astronomer what I don't understand is a non-astronomer said it was no longer a planet, and the astronomer said, okay, they didn't go
Because it's too small.
right. Up yours, buddy. We're still calling it a planet.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane there, Fred.
Yeah.
So I think someone said, we don't want to call it a planet anymore. You announce this and we'll back you up. I think that's what happened.
Well, they think Pluto is a moon of itself. That's Pluto's cracked in half, and the two halves are orbiting around each other.
I don't remember it being cracked in half when we sent the probe out there.
Well, we didn't get a very good picture of it either.
And then I guess that thing just went flying by, got some more pictures, and then it's over. Because you don't hear about it anymore.
No, well, apparently there's a...
I know we sent it out really fast, so we couldn't slow it down. We didn't have any more fuel.
No, but apparently they're still processing pictures from other probes now and others. They're trying to put together that there's Pluto and its orbiter.
Well, I know there's a cluster of
Yeah.
things around Pluto too, and there's stuff there's near Kuiper Belt objects that are kind of in its area, and it hasn't cleaned them out. So,
yeah. If a small comet will eventually become a moon, it will get drawn in to orbit of one of the outer planets. This is why they think Saturn has more moons than previously thought. It's because it's quite a few new ones.
yeah. Although most of Saturn's moons orbit around the equator.
Yeah. But eventually they believe that some of them will slow down and crash into the planet.
Probably.
Although it's neither here nor there. When it comes to what are they actually planning, it's very hard to know, right? Why they really want to know. Is it just scientific curiosity, or they are planning to shoot a probe towards a star and test one of the three gravitational theories of propulsion that would theoretically have an object simulate light speed.
Yeah.
The gravitational distortion is what I'm aiming for, right? They want to study this object because it's a gravity anomaly, and that is precisely right the very science that will propel us from going from Model T Ford technology to Starship technology.
Would be nice.
Hey, have you guys heard anything about Sean Ryan going after Dan Crenshaw?
I don't know who Sean Ryan is.
Sean Ryan's apparently an independent investigator, and he's going after Dan Crenshaw and trying to figure out how he's gotten so wealthy during his time in.
What do you mean, how's he gotten so wealthy? Because he's out there standing in Trump's way every time we turn around. He's got an R after his name, but you wouldn't know it by his voting record and what he stands for.
You mean what?
He's definitely getting paid by somebody.
Yeah, he gets. I
mean, the guy lost an eye in combat.
Fees. Yeah,
and he's going against every principle he has.
Again, liberals don't have principles or morals; they have positions.
Remember George Carlin? It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Yeah.
But no, that's fine.
You heard what I said at the beginning. Think of Earth as a resort for billionaires, and if you're not a billionaire, you're the staff.
Yeah.
It's hard to know because there's a lot of things that Cullen said as a joke, and there's a lot of things he actually meant. I think that was one of the things he actually meant. Although he used to roast liberals in the New York clubs, and then hang out with them afterwards. So there is that. But Dan Crenshaw, no. Tony calls him my Patch McCain. It fits.
Yeah.
It really does.
Here's a hat for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to share screen. Hold on.
Yeah.
It's not the R word.
Oh my God. Did APEC get their cut for that?
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people right now saying Marjorie Taylor Greene got kicked out of Congress because she wouldn't take APEC money. That's not true. They never offered her any.
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just so refreshing seeing all these people out themselves on who's a piece of crap and whatever.
She got tired of getting dumped on. Yeah. I mean, she stood up for Trump when no one else would, and he plonked on her anyway.
They had a falling out over Ukraine, I think.
Oh my God, we're full circle back to Ukraine.
No, I'm not sure. What did they have a falling out over? I don't know. I thought it was, but that's what I'm asking. I'm not saying. I'm asking. What did they have a falling out over?
I don't know. Let's see if I can Google something.
Okay, I got something about MTG receiving death threats against her and her son, saying that she apparently said Republicans were mocking Trump behind his back. She revealed it to Trump. He did not seem to respond. And then later said that she was a rotten apple. I don't know, but...
Yeah.
So I asked Google AI why did MTG and Trump butt heads? And it says a recent public disagreement and butting of heads between Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene and President Donald Trump stemmed from several policy differences and personal political disputes that led to a public feud. The key factors were the Jeffrey Epstein files. There's several different policy things. Greene also notably broke with Trump and Republican leadership on several other policy issues. She advocated for the extension of Affordable Care Act subsidies and position generally held by Democrats. She criticized Trump's foreign policy action, including his approach to the war in Gaza and bombing Iranian nuclear facilities. And she criticized Trump's downplaying of inflation and the cost of living crisis, accusing him of gaslighting the public. So,
Was no one thing.
no, it was just several different things. The Epstein files was on there. The primarily public flashpoint was Green's strong push.
I've asked the same thing, right? None of these people cared about the Epstein files until Trump got elected. True, he promised to do something, but for 4 years, you sat there silent when, well, Massey didn't, and he was the only one, but most of them say they're silent. None of these people were asking Biden for the files.
Right?
I think she grandstanded on a few issues. Like, Trump probably said to her, can't you just take one win and not gripe about it? And she just went off the deep end, How dare you belittle me? This is... she does come across as having a how dare you speak to me argument with Trump,
Yeah.
Now, she may be right about a few things, but her timing and her attitude are turning people off.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can understand. I can see that.
I think if she was respectful and says, I've been standing here for years trying to get these files released, and now, and if she just said the truth, that now we have these judges standing in our way, things would have been much better. Not saying that Trump was in the way. He was under court order not to release the files.
Yeah. Yeah. No, sometimes her, bull in a china shop approach works, and other times it doesn't, and she didn't know when to pull it back.
Well, it could have worked if she had the truth behind her and not liberals egging her on.
Well, then, going on The View and all those things, that kind of made it worse.
Yeah, that's... well, The View has had a huge backlash, too, about the files with...
Is that show still a thing?
Apparently.
Yeah. They just come under attack for Whoopi Goldberg mouthing off between takes about how dumb the audience is, that they'll clap at anything.
When the light goes on.
Yeah.
Applause.
Dude. Oh, my gosh.
She compared the audience to trained seals.
Those shows are so stupid.
And she forgot she still had her mic on backstage.
Who, Marjorie?
Whoopi.
Whoopi. Oh.
She was
she
talking
ain't
to
wrong.
Marjorie. Yeah, she said to Marjorie, don't worry, these people would clap at anything.
Was Trump caught on a hot mic sometime this week?
Yeah, I don't think
it was
a hot mic. No.
Was Trump caught on a hot mic?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, he's something about these danged Republicans are as bad as the Democrats. They won't get my appointments done. They won't approve them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was about his getting picks approved. That's what it was. I found the thing on there's Newsweek.
Yeah. 3 days ago, tearing into Republicans about standing in the way, that they're worse than they're worse obstructionists than the Democrats. Yeah.
And Ted Cruz is probably the biggest douchebag of them all, too.
Yep.
I'm going to put my boots up on the desk and we ain't doing nothing.
Yeah,
Never Trump.
Well, the problem. Well, I remember as a kid they used to talk about these amen Republicans, and it really didn't click at first. But they go to church, they say all the right things. Then the moment the mic's off, they're Sunday Christians. They're going.
I always support Israel no matter what.
Yep, exactly.
Because it's in the Bible, even though it isn't. But that's what they say.
I have a friend of mine, his mom...
Sorry, Lape, it's in their Bible.
No, it's about Abraham. Of those who curse you, I will curse, and those who bless you, I will bless. But that's
no.
Yeah. Well, it's
a lot of them are Masons, okay? It's in the Masonic text.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But I have
The
a
Zionist
friend of mine's
temple.
mom who's just obsessed with thinking like we have to back Israel. We have to back Israel.
No. Revelations. No, it's our duty to turn Israel Christian and restore the kingdom. That's it. Nothing about the Jews whatsoever or Israel. It's restoring the kingdom.
I'm like,
But they take it. They take.
stop giving. I think we ought to stop all foreign aid. Period.
Yeah,
And
Yes.
you guys go pick a fight. Guess what? You're on your own.
Mm-hmm.
that's what.
We
By the way,
should, it was
this may
established,
sound
and we should have said,
crazy.
"We're out of here."
This may sound crazy, but you can maybe still find it. But that's the real point of the never again speech. It was not never again will we allow this to happen. No, never again will we get involved. Okay, Truman was actually America first, which is weird. He was the last Democrat to really speak about foreign involvement was a huge mistake for America.
Yeah. Well, Kennedy didn't want to do foreign involvement either.
Yes and no. He did, and then backed out when he realized what a huge mistake it was. But yeah, Eisenhower warned him about Vietnam, that it was a trap. You just basically go in there to bail out the French, and they won't show any appreciation. He says, no, it's different. It'll be different this time. No, it's more of the same, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I think we're getting close to 10:30.
Yes, sir.
I know
Starting
we
to
started a
really
little
feel
late,
it.
but I'm starting to yawn.
Yep.
And we'll see you in the morning for coffee and gaming.
Yeah, I love coffee and gaming. You guys put out anything lately? I know David, you go live every day, but like, have you?
No, I have not, and I need to get editing. I'm hoping to take a few days off, but I mean, I have time. PTO, I've got to use or lose it. I need to edit like a bunch of stuff. So
now, like, yes, I remember hearing something that they want to redefine what a beer is, because there's a lot of beers that don't have enough hops or whatever, or no hops in them. These no hop beers or something.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yes.
I have to look into that. In my view, beer is an alcohol derived from cereals. So sake. I
heard that.
Is a
Sake
beer.
is a beer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard that most alcohol is actually a beer because it's derived from cereals, not potato.
And if you want to get really picky, whiskey is distilled beer.
Yeah,
it's made,
whiskey. Yeah, just
made from corn.
That's what they say. Spirits is distilled. But yeah,
you know what they say: "Suck you long, love you long time."
But made from potatoes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's something else. Now, if you want to get really, really picky, it's barley, water, hops, and yeast.
Yeah, I don't drink anymore. I haven't drank in like 2 years.
Hot minute.
Yeah. So.
All right, folks. I just thought.
Yep.
I got. Yep. Bye. I gotta go.
Right. Hey, yeah.
Right,
we'll see you later.
Let's get out of here. Bye.
See you in the morning.
Crank
Goodbye,
it.
everybody. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.
Burn in hell, New World Order. Fuck you. Fuck you, New World Order. Fuck you, Bill Gates.
I love you.
You gotta do better than that.
I love you.